Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Time for a recent finds video where I go to the recently acquired section right over here and just pull out 5 of the recent albums that come in my collection and just do a really quick sharing video. So let's just kind of dive right into it here, and let's start somewhat towards this side. And the first one here is the Motels, Little Robbers. One of the ones I needed to get in my collection by them. Just finally kind of found one in really good condition, which was awesome. But this is their release from 1983, and definitely one of those bands that made their mark in the 80s. I mean, maybe I guess technically they weren't as big as some of the other bands, but definitely still kind of made their name. And even to this day, if you don't necessarily know the band, you know, some songs will come on and you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember hearing that back in the 80s and blah blah blah. And like one of those songs like off of this will be Suddenly Last Summer, which is kind of a cool track. One that I really hated when it first came out, but over the years I just grew to understand kind of what was so cool about it. And you know, sometimes it just takes a while for something to sink in and you to connect with it. And I remember that's one of the songs that really drew me in with them. So this is their 1983 release. Another very cool band, and glad to add that to the Motels collection. Next here, this is actually one that I dug. When I talk about digging and finding new stuff, I found this in my own, I shouldn't say collection, but own batch of records. There's like 2 tubs of records, which is, I'm sorry, DGAD, Righteous. There's about 2 tubs of records that I've been hauling around for probably a couple years now. Just, you know, excess stuff that wasn't in my collection. I need to go through at some point in time, and, you know, all that stuff. And a few weeks ago, I decided to kind of clean all that stuff out and get rid of it. I gave some stuff away, took some stuff to the shop, blah, blah, blah. And I was happy to discover that this was still in there, because I bought the CD about 6 months ago or a year ago and started to kind of dig it. And I remembered having this, and I was like, man, I wish I wouldn't have got rid of that whenever I got rid of it, and realized I didn't. So that was kind of cool. But DGAD, this is from 1994. It's kind of a, maybe the best way to describe it is if like a Sugar Ray or a Sublime decided to do a R&B slash jazz slash funk type of record. That's kind of what you would get would be this. So it's definitely not what you would expect, definitely kind of different, and this is just a really cool promo that I'm so glad I didn't get rid of. I mean, it's like a $35, $40 record, so it was a good thing to realize I hadn't gotten rid of it and all that stuff. So I consider that kind of a recent find and recent addition to the collection. Next here, Little Rat, 8191. Of course, this is the recent import that just came out not too long ago. But, you know, sounds great. Really nice 2 LP set, which is kind of all of the, you know, the Rat's greatest hits stuff, basically. Round and Round, Wanted Man, You're in Love, Slip of the Lip, Dance, Body Talk, all that great stuff. And, of course, Lay It Down, which still, in my opinion, best opening guitar riff in any song ever. So yeah, that's a nice addition to the collection there. What's that, 3? Okay, so 2 more. Here, oh yeah, hell yeah, that's what we have here. This is Welcome Home. I had one other album by them and stumbled across this one when I was out visiting Aaron a couple weeks ago. And I guess it's kind of a super group, you know, some members of some different bands kind of came together, including Vinny from Pantera, the drummer from Pantera. He was in this band, and I hadn't heard this one before actually. So, but knowing them, I was just like, I'm gonna grab it, and it was you know pretty cool stuff. Just kind of some you know just kind of in your face kind of metal, but not thrash as much as a little more. Yeah, definitely not on the thrash side, but you know, some very good stuff there. So highly recommend checking out that album. I said I'd never heard it before, only listened to it once all the way through and enjoyed it, but we'll definitely be diving deeper into that one. So that's what, 4. So let's go for one more. How about? Actually, I'm gonna skip that one. I don't want to talk about that one yet because I haven't listened to it all the way through. But this one here. Gold. This or the Gold Experience by the artist formerly known as Prince. Little freak. But yeah, it's good that they've been kind of, you know, diving into getting all this Prince stuff reissued and everything, which is awesome. And this is just one I decided to grab a few weeks ago. You know, definitely when it comes to some of his later stuff, kind of getting into the 90s, I'm definitely a lot more picky with the stuff that I like by him in the latter part of his career. Pretty much everything kind of after Under the Cherry Moon and, you know, Around the World, that was about my cutoff point with Prince in terms of just really kind of automatically buying any new album that came out and knowing I was really going to like most of the stuff that was on there. Everything after that became very kind of individual song oriented with his stuff down the line. But this was definitely a pretty good one here. You know, of course, it has the song "The Most Beautiful Girl in the World." You know, and a few other things on there as well. But yeah, so decided to go ahead and pick that up and add that to the Prince collection as well, which was cool. So there you go, guys. 5 new additions to the collection. As always, let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, VC.